Texas, El Paso. So I'm just heading out to the gym. This is gonna be the beginning. I'm gonna drive later tonight, like from 9 to like 1, a little bit. Mondays is usually a good day to drive. Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tuesday and Wednesdays, like, it's a hit or miss. Sometimes it's pretty good. So last week was like the slowest week for Uber, and generally the week after St. Patrick's Day tends to be like super slow. So I had to drive every day for a little bit, like for 5 hours, maybe less, to make like $500. So I worked about 25 hours to make about $500. So, but I worked every day. Like, that was a catch. Had I worked 8 hours, 3 days, I would have probably made less. I would have probably made like $350, something like that. You just have to know your hours and know your city. But I want to talk about like if Uber is still worth driving for in 2018, and the answer is yes. Uber and Lyft, it's worth it to drive, no matter what the changes, all of that shit. And I'm gonna tell you why. Have you ever had a job? I'm sure you have. So in a regular job, you have to be there, and you have a set schedule. You have to be there from 8 to 5 or whatever. And then if you're not there, like, you get in trouble. Or if you call in sick too much, you get in trouble. And yeah, you do get your paid time off, but it's still not worth it, because when you're at a job, any job, you don't have like the flexibility to focus on you, which is your business, what you want to do, or if you want to like start a business or something like that. You're not gonna have time for that, because in your job, most jobs, you have to be, you have to travel for work, you have to go to conferences or whatever it is you do. You're gonna be focused on doing that job, and then when you're out of work, you're probably just gonna like go to the gym or whatever, and then you're gonna be too tired to focus on on making yourself better, or opening a business or something like that. So I've had a lot of jobs. I've had over 10 jobs in the course of my lifetime. And at first I started driving for Uber, and it wasn't really that good, and it's gotten better over time. But it really takes time to adapt to Uber and to understand how your city works. I had a very flexible job before, but it wasn't as stable as Uber. And if you do Uber and Lyft, like, the more platforms you do, the more you understand about the sharing economy, the better off and more stable you're gonna be. If in your city you have Uber, Lyft, and other sort of sharing type jobs like Amazon delivery, food delivery, I would recommend that you do all of them, or a couple, just because you might have that. You've heard in other channels where you can have that customer that complains, falsely accuses you, or even that he puts a complaint in the wrong driver, and your account is put on hold, and it could take up to 3 days for it to be reactivated again. I had a situation like that where the customer made a claim that I was driving impaired, and it turned out to be a different driver that she was accusing, because I had put in 5 stars for her and she gave me 5 stars too. So it took 3 days for it to get resolved, 2-3 days, and then I wasn't able to like cash out until 2 days after that. So it was kind of an issue. But at the time, I had my other job, and I had other means of income. I have my own cell phone business, which is pretty cool, and I'm gonna, I guess, share that on how to sell phones for profit. And you're not gonna get rich off of it, But if you put it all together, it's gonna make pretty good income. You can make pretty good, just about anywhere if you combine the sharing economy jobs and your own business on the side until your own business like fully kicks in. So 2018, even though when Uber started in my city, I was making $1.90 per mile. And yeah, I mean, people were like, if you think about it now, $1.90 is like what, Uber Select or Uber Black, something like that, right? But I remember like with one trip I made like $70, so that was pretty cool. But I also remember that I was online for like 5 hours and I would only get like one long trip or 2 trips. I mean, it really depended on where I was at. And I was really new to the city, so not a lot of people used Uber because, I mean, it was kind of expensive. So, I remember being online until 3 a.m. and back then you would be able to see all of the drivers that were online. And in my city, I was like the only driver online at the time. So, I've been with Uber for about 3 years. And it's gotten better, despite, the rates being a lot less. And when you have people talk about Uber and Lyft in a negative way, you have, it's usually the people that have been driving since like 2009, 2010, when Uber barely started. Like the big YouTubers, like Uberman and Jermaine, they used to drive, and I watched them, I support them they're very helpful guys. And they mentioned that when they started, you would see the Uber drivers wearing suits, and they would make a lot of money. They would make about 6 figures, but I mean, that was like only in big cities like New York, California, San Francisco, Los Angeles. And the market has taken a different, like more mainstream like approach, that now anybody can get an Uber, and it is very common for people to get in and drive. It's important to have a goal when you want to, don't just be an Uber driver, right? Don't just be a glorified cab driver, like Uberman calls us. He talked about, if you're gonna be an Uber driver, I remember he said that you have to be like, aim for being the best driver and giving the best experience. And if you're not gonna do that, then just don't drive. So, I mean, yeah, go out there and represent. I mean, that's cool, and it usually pays off. You have to remember, now you have the tipping option. There are a lot of things that I agree with Uberman, but there are a few things that I disagree on. For example, recently he posted that if you're driving for Uber on St. Patrick's Day, that you are getting fucked. And I've worked a lot of jobs, like a lot of jobs, and every job out there screws you over if you have that perspective. They're gonna make money off of you, and that's the point. And yeah, I would be mad too if I had been driving for Uber since when we were partners, and I was like, when I signed up for Uber, it was like about to end. It was like that moment where it was about to end, and that Uber made a new approach of their way of working. So because it changed so fast, and it's happened to me where in companies they make big changes like that, and usually people are like they bought houses on that job, because people, like I've had coworkers that bought houses They bought cars. You know, they were paying big bills. And they decided to change the commission structure, which is very common in sales jobs. And they were making $10,000 a month, and now they're making $4,000, $5,000, $3,000 or $4,000. And sometimes they don't even make commission with the new commission structure because it takes time to adapt to the new commission structure. So, you know, and the sales job I'm talking about is with Dish. Back in the day with Dish, you'd be able to work 40 hours, no overtime. You would take home $8,000 a month, which is pretty nice. And now you have to work overtime to make $4,500 a month, which is okay. But I mean, if you already bought a house, you bought a car, and you have a family to provide for, it's not going to be enough. And what I want to tell you is that you shouldn't spend a lot of money when you're dependent on working for other people. Like, that's not very responsible. And I don't care what job you have to remember that it's a job. You're working for somebody, and they can make changes whenever the hell they want. And that is the reason why you should not work for anybody. A job should only be temporary. Any job. And if you go to college, you become a doctor, whatever it is, you know, always aim to be your own boss. You know, I don't care what you study. You know, I don't care if you're an engineer. You know, if you're an engineer, make your own firm. Make your own engineering firm. And, you know, have that entrepreneurial mindset so that you don't get fucked. Because when you have that mindset that we are all, like my generation, we're all made like to work for somebody. And I remember back in 2010, 2009, people were saying there are no jobs. There's no jobs out there. And you know what? Make one. If there's no jobs out there, make one. Create something. And it's not that hard. You're probably, you know, gonna struggle a little bit in the beginning. You're probably gonna be broke for a while, for a little bit. But then you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn how to actually make money on your own, you know, using the skills that you acquired, and it's gonna be a lot better. It's gonna be so much better, and you're gonna be a lot less stressed when you stop depending on jobs and on other people. The less dependent you are on jobs, like I see people every day, you know, that they work really tough jobs, and in order for them to complete those jobs, I'm sure you watch The Wolf of Wall Street, they have to take drugs, you know, cocaine, alcohol, and it's because that helps them manage the stress. And it takes a toll. I mean, as an Uber driver, I picked up people that are, you know, that have really nice jobs, they have beautiful houses, but they're stressed, man. They are stressed, and they're, you know, abusing drugs and alcohol. And it's only a temporary thing, right? But the truth is, being your own boss is gonna help you in all sorts of your life. And it's gonna fix your body. You're gonna have more time to go to the gym. You're gonna have more time for your family. You're gonna have stability, true stability, because true stability comes from being able to provide and not being able to, you know, have to depend on somebody. Be independent, truly independent. Okay, that's what you should strive for. And yes, it's not easy, but let me tell you something. It is a lot easier to do all that than to strike against Uber or Lyft and be successful in your strike. Because let me tell you something, it is very easy to be successful, like doing your own business. You're probably gonna make more money on your own, and even if you don't get rich, you're gonna make a living, and you're gonna be able to enjoy time with your family. And you know, there's plenty of people that have jobs out there that make okay money, but they are not able to have a family. They're not able to get together with anybody because they don't have time for them. And you know, I've had coworkers, and they're freaking stupid. I'm sorry, but I've had coworkers, and you know, they're at work, and their wives, you know, are having fun with somebody else, and they're too stupid, or maybe they know already and they just don't care. They don't want to have to pay, you know, the child support or whatever it comes with, because you know, I can smell another dude from another mile away. So you know, that's just my opinion. But avoid all of that shit. You know, take care of yourself. You know, start by creating that company. Take that first initial step to being independent. Follow your dreams, man, and start from zero, and that little snowball is gonna grow up to be a big avalanche, and you're gonna be unstoppable. You're gonna be successful, and yeah, you're gonna make it. And you're gonna fail a little bit, but then you're gonna get back. You're gonna get better, because that's how these things work. And it's not that hard, guys. It's really not that hard. You have tools out there. You have tools to succeed. You have, for your business, Facebook ads, very cheap. You can start a daily campaign in Facebook for $3 to publish your business. You have AdWords, Google AdWords. You can use them to your benefit. Also, you could start a little campaign for as little as freaking $3, and you know, and announce and create your business. You have a lot of tools to be entrepreneurial, and you don't use them. You'd rather be on freaking Snapchat and checking out Kim Kardashian's fake ass, you know, for what? It's fucking bullshit. You know, look at how stupid they are. The Kardashians, freaking IQ -50. Kardashians are the stupidest bitches in the world. They are. You know, but guess what? They're entrepreneurial, and it doesn't take a genius to be entrepreneurial. But they know how to market themselves, and if they can do it, your ass can do it too. Okay, because I bet those bitches don't even know how to drive standard, or they don't know how to drive anything. You know, but I admire them because, you know, they're rich and I'm not, and it is what it is, because they're able to, you know, become and not conform the way you and me conform, you know, with jobs and doing. I mean, put yourself in a good spot, a good situation. You know, have the balls to tell your boss to fuck off and start your own business. And if you're gonna struggle, fuck it, struggle a little bit. You know, if you're gonna lose your house, fuck that shit. You're gonna buy a bigger house when you have your own company. And I'm crazy like that, you know, but why? You know, you're gonna wait in that job that you have right now, and you're gonna lose everything little by little. You're gonna lose your wife's respect little by little when she sees you're gaining weight, you know, not paying your bills, and you know, instead, when you could be a champion, you'd be going to the gym every day, marketing your business, and becoming a smarter person. That's what you should do. And yeah, so how does this apply to Uber and Lyft? Simple. Because Uber and Lyft, rideshare economy jobs, are tools for you to get there. Those are the tools that you want to use to help you get to your goal. Because Uber and Lyft allows you to focus on other aspects of your mission to be an entrepreneur. So, is it worth driving for Uber and Lyft? The simple answer is fuck yes. Okay? But it's not worth driving for Uber and Lyft if that's all you're gonna do. If you're not gonna go and become a better person, if you're gonna be there Uber driver all your life, then I feel sorry for you, because you're not gonna take that next step. You're already at being an entrepreneur. You're an Uber driver because you want to be your own boss. That's the only reason you're an Uber driver. You don't want to drive people around. That's not what you want to drive for Uber. You like the independence that Uber offers you. That's what you like. You like to take a break whenever you want to. You know, that's what you like about Uber. So now that you've tasted that independence, now use your mind and become your own boss. Okay guys, so please like and subscribe, and it was a pleasure. I will be making more videos, and most of my videos are probably going to be in the dark because I'm a night person driver, so I enjoy driving at night. It's more relaxing, no traffic. But yeah, like and subscribe, and time to hit the gym. I'm there. It's gonna take me like 5 minutes because of all this traffic to get there, but yeah, I'm done working for other people, and I'm gonna go get a workout, and then I'm gonna go drive for Uber and Lyft. Respect, and wish you guys the best. Take care.